you back to our Wisconsin Lake Retreat. And this is Laura today, who was on that with me. When was that? Beginning of
3
September.
weeks ago? Yep.
Yeah. So thank you for taking the time to be here today, Laura. And the first question I guess I wanted to start out with was, what was the most memorable part or the most meaningful part of your retreat experience that weekend?
I would say both memorable and meaningful was just the nice combination of women from all over. Several from the Midwest, but some from South, and, Sarah obviously joining us from Mexico, and just connecting with women of different ages, stages, places was so meaningful to me because everyone had the opportunity to share their stories or what they chose to share and challenges. And I just really loved connecting with a variety of different women that I didn't know or some that I had met, but connected at a deeper level with. I loved it.
Yeah. I think I was kind of going through the numbers in my head, and I'm not 100% positive, but I think we have 5 generations there.
Oh, really?
We have 70s?
Yes.
60s? 50s for sure, 40s for sure, 30s for sure. And did we have anybody in the 20s?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know if Nessa's in her 20s or not.
I wondered. I know it's hard to know because no one really talked about age, but wow, I didn't think about that. And I loved such a variety of just things that people are challenged with or that people are doing or experiencing and bouncing ideas off of each other. I love it. That's cool. 5 generations.
Yeah, I know. Okay, how did the retreat support you in your personal journey? Like whether it was through yoga or community or needing time away?
It was so supportive in a variety of ways. I think needing time away was great. But I love the nature component. It was so beautiful to wake up in the morning and see the lake, go for a walk. The yoga was wonderful too. It was a little chillier than I know we all expected. And I liked it. At first I saw the weather and I thought, oh, it's going to be chilly and we can't jump in the lake. Some people did still jump in the lake, but it really provided a nice breeze for the outdoor yoga. And then we had the fires in the fire pit. And I really enjoyed that. It was just good connecting with nature and being some time for myself. And I liked that you have a nice balance of just time to get away, but connect with others too. So it was great.
I loved looking at the fire pit in the morning when you guys were all out doing yoga and I was videoing you. And it was like we had just the right amount of space all around that fire pit for all of us to be.
3 or 4 more, it would have been crowded. It was like perfect.
Yeah, it was great. What did you feel like to be a part of a group of women who you shared this retreat with, and a lot of them you didn't know? How did that feel to you coming in?
It felt, of course you're wondering, who am I going to meet and how's this going to be? And I came with a friend. And so that maybe provided a little more comfort just knowing, but within 5 minutes you're meeting. I mean, I loved the welcome in the kitchen or as people are coming in with their suitcase. And a lot of people came by themselves. And I love how everyone was so welcoming. The kitchen smelled so wonderful. So you'd walk in, it was warm, and I'm sure many were apprehensive. I was excited. But it just felt so good. And again, when you plan and prepare so wonderfully like you do, people just are all kind and welcoming and inviting. And so I think it just fosters itself when you walk into the space that it's just, hi, how are you? Everyone's just, welcoming everyone and showing them, the space.
It was such a warm group.
It was such a warm group. Yes. So
do you know what I love about you in this group is that you got to experience Miami and this group. And I felt like they were both, for big groups, they were both really warm and welcoming groups.
And I loved I was comparing that in my mind. Like if someone were to say, which one do you prefer? I couldn't say I preferred one over the other because such cool trips, but different trips.
Definitely some highlight groups for me, for sure.
Yes, I loved both. I really did.
Because this was my biggest group I've ever hosted.
Oh, was it?
But before that, Miami was my biggest group. Oh. And this was there was 17, supposed to be 18 of us, with Joey. So for me, it was a lot, cooking wise, preparing wise, it was different more. But then also you have more personalities and more energy. And, you always just hope for that it's going to all just mesh and go well.
Just the way it's supposed to. Well,
yeah.
I think that's, a thanks to you because you just have that energy about you. And so I think people are drawn to Leah trips. It's just like, Sunny and Turquoise. I gotta sign up. So I think, it was just a really welcoming space. And I think, obviously I didn't ask everyone, but I could attest by the smiles when everyone was leaving that everyone felt very welcome.
Yeah, good. Well, okay. This is a bit of a personal question, but after the retreat, I was curious if anything shifted for you, like your daily mindset, your well-being, just your daily life in general, and anything that has shifted for you.
I would say I've definitely incorporated just some quiet time in the morning. I'll kind of get breakfast ready for Marianne before she heads off to school, but she usually doesn't come down for 20 minutes or so. So I'm like, okay, this is a perfect space for me just to take some time for myself. I have one of the meditation books that Jess had recommended and just doing that. But I've also, because I talked a lot about, body pain and how I was feeling on the retreat.
Yeah.
And so I've done some blood work. I'm pursuing things with that.
Good.
Kind of figuring out a plan for that. Good. So that feels good too. Because everyone is so supportive of, oh my gosh, have you researched this? Have you heard about this? Yeah. And so, like you said, with all the generations, there's such wealth of knowledge from, 30s all the way to 70s. So I met with her last week. And so kind of have a plan, which always feels good. So
okay, good.
Those are two great takeaways from the retreat that I'm like, okay, this is a reminder, I need to take care of myself. And so here we go.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that. Okay, last question. If you were talking to a friend or just, another woman that was considering joining a Sunny and Turquoise retreat, what would you want her to know before she went on that experience?
I'm trying to think. I think it depends on the trip. Like you said, I've been to Miami and I've also done the Wisconsin one. But I think my advice would be just be open to meeting new people, open to new experiences, open to maybe pushing yourself a little bit to try something new, do something new, share something new. But I think it's also important. I feel like Wisconsin provided an opportunity to really share more as there's more quiet time, space to just sit and also share with other people. Not that Miami wasn't, but it was a little more, it was a whole different kind of theme.
Right. More cultural stuff. We were also there to experience Miami, where in Wisconsin, we all kind of live,
somewhat close. And it was just to be quiet and just kind of mindful. And so I think depending on the trip, but I think just being open to connecting with others. And I think we really need that now more than ever. And it just feels good to just kind of connect and be open to whatever comes your way.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing such beautiful energy to the retreat.
Oh, thank you. I just love it. And it's always fun to meet new people. So, and it's fun to explore your new trips and, see what you have coming up. So,
well, thank you.